Hey guys, this is Salcard here, and right now I've got a Fairy Deck Agent deck list for September ban list 2012. Especially with Inzectors, Wind-Ups, Chaos Dragons getting hit by the meta ban list, you can see that Fairies are coming back, especially with Earth returning to semi-limited rather than staying at limited, which it shouldn't be at. So I guess I'll start off with a deck list right now. Right now we got 3 Hyperions, because it's the beater. I mean, it's a staple. You don't really have to explain it. I'll make references to my previous video that I made for the March deck list. We've got 2 Earths. Searches out everything. Like, searches out all your fairies. Next, we got your 3 Venuses. Basically, you need it for Xyz and also for your Mystic Shine Balls. Mystic Shine Ball times 3. 2 Jupiters because it's the beater, like I mentioned in the previous video. Basically banish an agent in your graveyard and you can make a face-up light monster, gain 800 attack points. So you can just make this card an 800 beater if you wanted to. Next we got 2 Archlord Krystyas, exactly 4 light fairies in your graveyard. Exactly 4 fairy type monsters in your graveyard, and you can special summon it, and if it's sent to the graveyard, place it on top of the deck instead. Kind of a negative in my opinion, but either way, still a good card since it prevents special summoning. Next, 3 Heralds. Like I mentioned in my previous video, this is the effect veiler of the deck, because not only can you activate it during any time of your opponent's turn, you can also destroy that destroy the monster that's activating its effect, and it negates that monster's effect. The only downside to this card is that you need another fairy type monster in your hand. So you can just have 2 of it. You can just have 2 of it in your hand, just send 2 and negate the effect. And the cool thing about it too, it's also tuner level 2, so you can do some synchro summoning with that. Next we got Honest, helps you run over things. MarshMallon, because it just stalls, it can save you a lot of games, and it also can help you, it can just help you save the game basically. Takes off that 1000 when it gets attacked, and also can't be destroyed by battle. BLS, yes, I am running Lights and Darks in this deck, because it's just an entirely new deck. Not entirely new, it's just a lot of the new additions to it. Then also we got Chaos Sorcerer. I would have been running 2 if it weren't for the new ban list, which limited to Chaos Sorcerer, because it really is that good of a card. Next you got your 2 Tour Guides and your Sangan. Would have ran 3 if it weren't for the ban list once again. Sangan because it helps searches out, or you can just use 2 Tour Guides. Xyz for Leviair, bring back Earth, or any other monsters you may have. Blackwing, Zephyros the Elite. You could use Gen X Ally, Gen X Ally Birdman. I'm not using it because I just don't have the card. And with Zephyros, you can just activate it when it's in the graveyard. Kind of actually a good one for that. The only disadvantage is that you basically bounce back any cards that you have, and you have to take 400 points of damage. Next, you got your Gorz and your Tragoedia. Gorz and Tragoedia, because they prevent OTKs. Gorz, it can summon a token, 27 beat stick, and Tragoedia because you can just control one of your opponent's monsters and also manipulate its level in order for you to Xyz or to synchro summon. This is optional. We'll start with the spells. Foolish Burial. Only for Zephyros, but you can do it for any monsters you may have. You can send one, you can get BLS to the BLS out easier, kind of like a graveyard manipulation kind of thing. But it's kind of an optional thing. You don't need Foolish Burial in this deck. I just prefer to play this card. Mind Control. You can side this card out depending on what your opponent's playing. You can just Xyz with it or synchro summon with it. Monster Reborn, Book, Dark Hole. Also have Heavy in here, just gotta look for it for a sec. Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm, obviously back row. Dark Hole, obviously, destroy monsters. Book of Moon, prevent effects. And Monster Reborn, it's just to bring back monsters, obviously. It's basic staples of the deck. Next you got your 2 Pot of Dualities. In the previous video I also mentioned that you can run just 2 when I used to have 3, but it's just the searcher, and the only disadvantage is that you can't activate 2 in a turn, and you can't special summon the same turn that you activate this card. Next, you got your 3 MSTs. Back row. Back row is a problem. Just might as well get rid of the back row. You can also use Night Beam. I just don't have that card right now. 3 cards from the sky. Banish light monster. Light fairy type monster from your hand. Draw 2 cards. You can't conduct your battle phase or special summon, I think. Yeah. Next, you got the Solemn Trio, where this is for the trial cards head in. Solemn Warning and a Solemn Judgment. Just negate summons or spells trap cards. Basically, it's kind of like Judgment's just like a last resort thing. 2 Mirror Force. This is really optional. You don't even have to run Mirror Force in the deck if you don't want to. I just prefer to play this card because especially when Mirror Force got hit to semi-limited, people were probably thinking, oh, Mirror Force, semi-limited. Oh, just pop a back row or something. No one would expect you to run 2 Mirror Forces. It'd be like, some people just don't even run Mirror Force at all. So I just put 2 in the deck. They pop 1. They'll expect you just have 1. You play the second one, they'll just majorly troll them. You can just set it out if you want to, because sometimes a lot of back row hate. And with Inzectors getting hit by the ban list, you don't really have to worry too much about back row hate. The only thing you gotta worry about is like the Crees and all that stuff. That's why you got the MSTs there. Next, you got 2 Torrential Tributes. Blow up the field. 2 Bottomless. And that's it for now for the deck list, like the main deck list. Here for the extras. Armory Arm. Cataster. Gaia. Would have had Bryonic, but of course it had to get banned. To be honest, I don't see the reason why they have to ban Bryonic, considering the fact that the card wasn't even too overpowered. Probably for like Dark Worlds, that's really it. But the card was, in my opinion, I think they banned Bryonic just to promote Xyz even more. Bryonic wasn't too overpowered. It's kind of like the whole thing with Trishula. I can understand Trishula, because Trishula was a little overpowered with its banishing effects from all 3 sides of the field. But the only problem is it wasn't too overpowered, and they're just wanting to promote Xyz. You can just see it, like, they don't even have Synchros in the whole new packs anymore. Not even in Battle Pack either. Next, you got Black Rose. Blow up the field. Stardust, Scrap, Mistworm, and Decisive Armor. Basically, that's just the whole synchro lineup of the deck. Next for Xyz, we got Photon Papilloperative, Utopia, Acid Golem, Leviair for the Banished, number 17 Leviathan, and 2 Gachi Gachi. You can also add Flelf into this deck. It thinks it requires 3 level 2s, but you don't need to, all you really need for the level 2s if you're to exceed them is for Gachi Gachi. And that's really it for the lineup. If to be honest, I think the whole ban list is just it isn't too bogus. I actually like the new ban list. Limiting Red Eyes because of Gustav coming out soon, and prevents the whole erratic OTK, which I kind of like. I like how Earth got back to semi-limited, just made the agents a lot better deck. Basically, most classic old decks like Black Wings, Plants were alright. Light Swarms, all the old decks, they all got a boost up from the ban list. So, I wonder what's gonna be in this new meta. Hopefully, like, it's gonna be pretty interesting. We'll see what the new cards bring out, and hope you guys like my deck list video. If you liked it, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I do post dueling videos now and then on DN, and I sometimes post openings if I do get cards now and then. I don't buy too much compared to the box opening I did recently. Okay, hope you guys like this video. Armor Talk card. Peace out.